Maybe some truth has come out of my art and music. It's a lonely world. It's a beautiful world. So why not bother? The high-functioning village idiot was born 60 years ago in 1959 in Buffalo, New York. His father had just gotten out of the Navy during the Korean War, was working for Sears and Roebuck. And they moved down to Jamestown, New York, a small town in the Buffalo area. Stayed there for a couple years. Moved to Syracuse, New York, into the projects, where his dad took a job with a big commercial meat company. Bacon, cold cuts, sausage, Braunschweiger, pickle loaf, olive and pimento loaf, head cheese, that kind of stuff, ham, hot dogs, hot dog-shaped vehicles with dwarves in them wearing giant chef's hats. And then that job took them to Indianapolis, to this big, flat, dry tornado corridor for second and third grade, where the high-functioning village idiot learned to fight to defend himself. And that kept going on for a long time. It still is going on. Maybe some truth has come out of my art and music. It's a lonely world. It's a beautiful world. So why not bother? A long time. And 53 years later, here we are in North Carolina, and the high-functioning village idiot has just retired from being an educator for 22 years in this little town, in this little bootlegging hub, in an opioid addiction crisis, America, where some people are really thriving on other people's addictions to drugs, to power, to access, to control, to celebrity. And art and music keeps coming out as it has for so long. There's too much of it to be able to actually complete. So it lives conceptually in this cloud that was there long before the Google cloud. Maybe it's like Marcel Duchamp's decision to stop making art because he'd rather just think about new kinds of art and complete them in his head. He could get more things finished that way. But I like using my hands and my ears and my senses. Standing here in this backyard full of big old trees and bamboo, looking through the hole in a tire swing. Maybe some truth has come out of my art and music. It's a lonely world. It's a beautiful world. So why not bother? Preface. Why not bother? Why not bother to take the time and commit what might be a lot of work to try to pull all these loose ends together? This octopus of partial project ideas that have been floating around for years, really hard to address and tie them together into anything, although they've all sort of been pointing toward kind of a voice that says we want to say something, and we has to do with growing up, being born like this, stuff that's happened since, stuff that I wonder if it might happen in the future, what it's like to be born really compelled to make things and create without fanfare, because it's not about creating things with a marketing objective, or although I do sell things, I don't make things to sell them, usually. I make things to experience them and then I put them away where they get dusty. And what's the point of doing all this stuff for 60 years? Why bother? People keep telling me you should be making a lot of money. You're a smart person. You work hard. You try to operate from a place that's true, as far as you understand it, to make things that reflect what's true as you understand it. And this is not a very popular approach to life and work. I don't think a lot of people are interested in things that are true about others or about themselves. I think a lot of creative people suffer because of this opposition to truth, because truth often comes out of art and music. Maybe some truth has come out of my art and music. It's a lonely world. It's a beautiful world. So why not bother?